Welcome everyone. I am so glad to be able to share this practice with you today. We're going to work on just a short development of shoulder strength in toward handstand. And hopefully maybe at some point you'll get your hips over your shoulders into a handstand. So let's give this a try. Coming onto your hands and your knees in table position. The wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And then we'll inhale, arch the back, look up. And exhale, round, curl the spine. Inhale, arch, looking up. Exhale, round and curl. One more. Inhale, arch, looking up. And exhale, round and curl. Come back to neutral. We're going to walk the hands forward a little bit more. Fingers slightly turned in, bend the elbows out to the side. We're going to scoot through the arms, bending the elbows a bit. Inhale into somewhat of an upward dog, but not all the way. Exhale back. Inhale, slide through and up. And exhale back. And again, inhale, coming through and up. And exhale back. And dipping through one more time. And up. And this time we're going to come back into downward dog, turn the toes under, press back into the legs, pushing the pelvis up, heels down, pressing through all the fingers, making your torso and arms long. You can swing the hips from one side to the other. And you can also walk the dog, straightening one leg, bending one leg. And switch. And then we'll come forward into plank. We'll hold plank for a few breaths, spreading the fingers, pushing out of the shoulders, drawing the navel toward the spine, creating a long line from the crown to the heels. And then our first time down, we're going to come down easy, bringing the knees down first, bend the elbows into the body, and slowly lower yourself down, hips, belly, chest, forehead. Pressing into the hands, squeeze the elbows toward the body, chest up, shoulders away from the ears into cobra. And then exhale, come down. Press into the hands, squeeze the elbows back, shoulders away from the ears, up a little higher, and exhale, coming down. One more time. Press into the hands, squeeze the arms toward the body, come all the way up, and then turn the toes under, pushing back into downward facing dog, taking a deep breath. Swing the right leg up toward the ceiling. Step through between the hands, bring the back knee down. Let the hips sink. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to step back into plank. Exhale, lower this time. Maybe from the knees, the whole body can be flat. Elbows in toward the body, coming through and up into cobra, and maybe upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down, deep breath. Left leg reaches up toward the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, bring the back knee down, and let the hips sink toward the mat. Deep breaths here. And we'll step back into plank again. Holding plank, pushing out of the shoulders so that there's no gap between the shoulder blades, spreading the fingers. This time you can come down if you want, either from the knees or from the toes, elbows in toward the body, coming through and up into cobra and upward dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath. Right leg swings up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, back knee down. This time we're sweeping the arms up, reaching the chest toward the ceiling. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, pull it to the right side, and breathe. And then come back up, palms together. We're going to twist to the right, bringing the left elbow to the outside of the knee, pressing into the palms and rotating the chest to the right. And then we'll bring the hands back to the floor, stepping back into plank. We're going to do a right-sided plank. In some situations, it would be helpful to bring the left foot forward a little bit onto the floor and then lift the left arm up. Or you can have both feet in line and then bring both hands back to the floor. Exhale, lower, however you wish. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down, deep breath. Left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, back knee down. Sweep the arms up. Chest up. Take hold of the right wrist. Pull it to the left side. Palms together, twisting to the left. Right elbow to the outside of the knee. Rotating the chest to the left as well. Lifting up through the breastbone and down through the shoulders. Hands back to the floor. We're going to do left-sided plank this time. You could step the right foot forward and then lift the right arm. Or you can pile the feet one on top of the other. Both hands to the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down, deep breath. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling, steps through between the hands. We're going to keep the back knee up, coming into high lunge. And from high lunge, we're going to pop forward into warrior 3, lifting the back leg up and tipping forward. The arms can be straight out in front or behind you. Try to keep the hips level to the floor. And then, if you have a block nearby, hopefully you can place the right hand on the block and open up the body into half moon. And then from here, we'll step back into warrior 2. Forearm to the thigh, left arm way up over the ear. Long line here. You can also bind, so bringing that left hand behind your back and the right arm under your thigh, reaching for the hands together and rotating the chest upward. And release, coming into Exalted Warrior, lifting the right arm and chest to the ceiling. And windmill the arms back down to the floor. Stepping back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. Left leg up toward the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, coming into high lunge. And from high lunge, we're going to pop forward onto the left foot, lifting the right foot, coming into warrior 3. From here, take hold of that block, place it just in front of your left foot, maybe a bit to the left, and open up the body to the side, lifting the right arm into standing half moon. And then we'll step back into warrior 2. Bring your forearm to the thigh, reach the right arm way up over the ear, make a long line on that right side. And maybe bind, bringing the right arm behind your back, left arm underneath the thigh, and take hold and bend that knee more. And release, coming up into Exalted Warrior. And windmill the arms down to the floor. Step back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. We're going to tiptoe the toes toward the hands. And we're just going to play with a little bit of preparation for handstand. So we don't necessarily have to go into it, but we're going to rock forward onto our toes and bring our weight over to our hands. And then back again. And forward. And back. Forward. And back. And forward. Lifting up, maybe even 1 foot off the ground. And back. So with just that little bit of warm up, we've got more weight going into the arms and the hands. So in order to move into a graceful handstand, we want to be able to develop the strength through the shoulders. We're going to try that again, but this time with a little bit of a swing and bringing the knees toward the chest. So when you're ready to do this, you don't want to do it with a lot of force, just a little bit. So you're going to swing the hips over the shoulders. Hips over shoulders, shoulders over hands. And you're going to then just pop the feet up a little bit. And again. And then maybe at some point, your hips can stay over your shoulders a little bit more. And you're developing strength in that upright position. Just keep practicing in this zone until you feel like you can stay up a little bit longer. And then coming down, you bend the knees and lower the feet back to the floor. Let's finish in a squat malasana. Lifting the chest. And after this, I suggest doing some shavasana for at least 5 minutes. So I hope you get a good, regular developing practice of the handstand in the sense that you're not rushing into it and you're practicing it frequently enough that you're building the strength that you need and the tolerance through the wrists as well. So make sure you do your wrist warm-ups before we move into handstand in the future so that you don't injure yourself. I hope you enjoyed that practice and I hope to see you again soon, maybe in one of my live classes, which you can find on my website, yoga, YOGAAH.com.